Hey, this is Rick from Hiking Emergency Beacon here deep in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. Not so deep actually, it's Front Range, in between Denver and Colorado Springs. But I want you to think I'm deep in the mountains. You know, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about different satellite messengers. But before I do, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as I put out new videos. I got a message from Don, one of my subscribers today, and I'll put the message up. But he uses the ACR Bivy Stick, and the ACR Bivy Stick is a great satellite communicator. And we were messaging, and we've messaged a lot in the past, and Don is really good about giving great advice, tips, things that he uses, how he uses the ACR Bivy Stick, how he uses the Gaia hiking app, and you know how he makes the battery last longer. And so we've had lots of conversations, and that's why I say please leave comments, tips, advice, because this really helps me to be better at using my satellite communicators, because maybe I'm using a different device, but the concepts are still the same. If you're trying to save battery life, there's ways to do it on the Mini 2, on the 66i, on the ACR Bivy Stick, etc. But I really just wanted to come out and have an honest discussion, and I do these once in a while, and it's really because after testing these so long, I now know things that I didn't know before. I'm more experienced with them, and I still have a lot to learn. And in fact, the Garmin GPS Map 67i just was delivered today, so I'll be testing it. But I'm going to be doing an in-depth playlist or training playlist on the ACR Bivy Stick. And not only that, but others. And most of what I do here is I focus on the Garmin's. And they are my favorite satellite messengers or satellite communicators. I just want to talk to you in general about these devices and have just an honest discussion with you. The reason I've gotten into buying and testing and reviewing these satellite messengers is for the safety aspect. I've been in several situations where I've almost had to use it, and other people around me also, but I've never had to call SOS. But that's it. That's the reason. There's a lot of these devices have great features and additional features. But this site, if you'll notice what I cover on this site, it is almost entirely for safety, for search and rescue. Hopefully not recovery, that means you didn't make it, but it's about that primarily. And when I talk about these devices, how to use the SOS, how to two-way message, or is it only one-way messaging? Is it global pole-to-pole coverage or not? And not all of them have global coverage. But then some of them have navigation and, like the Mini 2, track back, and the GPS Map 67i, and the older 66i, which, I mean, the 67i just came out. Those things are so powerful. Not only do they have the SOS and messaging, but they got better navigation. You can create courses and routes on the device. It's easier than even the Mini 2. And that's without having it synced. And then it's got the hunt view maps, things like that, where you can see public land boundaries, BLM, hunting boundaries. It's so powerful. But those are all just great, and they're awesome. And it depends, you know, it depends on if you love the tech or you want something more simple. So I just really wanted to come back out here and talk to you guys about this, because when I get off onto talking about how great navigation is, that is secondary to these devices. You want to be able to call for help, two-way message, send your location, get the search and rescue teams right to where you're at within 15, 20 feet, and get that life-saving help for you or somebody else that you've come across or in your party. That's what this channel is about. I hope when you see that I'm talking about all these other cool features, you see that that's only additional stuff. That's just cool factor beyond what's really important. So keep that in mind and focus on what's most important, and that is you and your family or friends having a great adventure, but coming back alive and healthy. And there's a lot of great devices here that'll do the job. I'll be honest, the Garmin's are my favorite, but the ACR is a close second. All of them that do search and rescue and two-way messaging, man, they're great devices. If that's what you got and it saves your life, that's a great device. So keep that in mind, please. And I'd love to hear your comments, your tips, tricks, all those things that you have. Let me know, because that's what I'm here for. I want to test these. I want to tell you how well they work or don't work, so that you can get one of these if you don't have it, or you can understand it better when you're using it out in the mountains or wherever your adventure takes you. So thanks for joining me here on another video on Hiking Emergency Beacon.